Welcome. My name is Michael Edwards, and I'm a founding partner at Online Performance Marketing. This is our first installment of a web series about online marketing, specifically designed for attorneys and law firms. It's called Making Digital Marketing Easy for Lawyers. We will be presenting on the first Friday of each month at 11:30 Central Time. If you're unable to attend, you will be notified via email when the next webinar recording is available. So let's get started. In this series, we are going to walk you through some high-priority online marketing initiatives that will help you garner higher search engine results, drive users to your websites, and ultimately help you secure more clients. Digital marketing, while not new to the marketplace, can often be an enigma for attorneys. Sure, everybody knows about websites, but when one hears words like search engine optimization, organic marketing, social media, paid social media advertising, meta tags, pay-per-click, cost per click, and a host of other elements involved in digital marketing, it can become overwhelming. In this web series, we will be exploring 8 important elements of a digital marketing plan for attorneys, and it isn't as confounding as you might think. Sure, implementing some of these takes time, as does benefiting from some of them, but it's all doable. And it's not a one-time set it and forget it proposition. It takes ongoing monitoring and maintenance, but if you're willing to do it, you'll secure more clients. Some of these strategies can generate clients quickly, while others are more long-term. Again, putting together and executing a digital marketing strategy takes time and effort. You're building your brand, and that doesn't happen overnight. A couple of notes about online performance marketing. We have been in the online marketing space since 2006. We're a Google Premier partner in the top 3% of ad agencies in the world, as recognized by Google. And while we're based in Dallas, we have worked with many law firms across the country during this time. Their specialties vary from DUI, criminal, personal injury, medical malpractice, business, divorce, even firms that specialize in suing the government. And I have worked with these firms to help them become successful. And why do we focus on attorneys? Because we've had many law firm clients, and here's what we've noticed, that the results that they achieve from our efforts far surpassed those that many of our competitors that they've tried in the past. Why? Well, first of all, we're good at what we do. And secondly, we found that attorneys really need help with their marketing. And why wouldn't they? They're attorneys, not marketers. Here's why law firms need a digital marketing strategy. 96% of people seeking legal counsel use a search engine. What's more, according to that same National Law Review study, almost 90% of the people who contact an attorney end up hiring one. And almost 75% of them contact only one attorney prior to securing their services. Now, combine that with the fact that almost 90% of law firms have websites. There's currently 27,000 attorneys in the DFW Metroplex. Based on those numbers, it's easy to understand the need to have a digital marketing strategy. Without it, you're providing no roadmap for potential clients to find you. If they do happen to find you online, it's a fluke, and hoping for fluke accidents is not a growth strategy. Having helped attorneys address their digital marketing needs for over a decade, OPM is very aware of and familiar with the rules set forth regarding attorney marketing and advertising, as outlined in Section 7, Information about Legal Services, within the Texas Disciplinary Rules of Professional Conduct. I mentioned this because we understand the unique marketing demands of attorneys, what you can and cannot do. And while there are other industries legislated by rules and codes of conduct for marketing and advertising, yours are unique to your profession, and we get that. While there are a lot of elements involved in online marketing strategies, we're going to focus on these 8. We feel that they are the most effective for ultimately helping you secure more clients. Today's focus will be a high-level overview of each of the elements, and in subsequent monthly webcasts, we'll do deeper dives into each of these 8 elements. Website design and development, paid search, and search engine optimization, reputation management, listings management, also known as directories, organic social media marketing, paid social media marketing, and finally, email marketing. Before we get started on the 8 marketing elements of an online marketing strategy, I'd like to denote where each of these elements we'll discuss today fit into the marketing funnel. Awareness. This is the introduction to your firm. And a great example of awareness ads are billboards. You might also find direct mail, TV advertising, and social media advertising for online marketing, all in the awareness top of the funnel is what we call it. And those types of advertising ultimately drive down to interest. And interest is when the consumer begins their high-level research. Desire is when the consumers are driving towards a purchase or consideration. They're becoming more educated, having determined that they have the budget to spend, and they formulated a timeline for when they want to purchase. Action, which is, of course, when the client decides that you're the attorney they've decided on, is the final piece of the marketing funnel. And here's what's great about digital marketing. It encompasses all of the aforementioned elements of the marketing funnel. Most advertising stops short of action, and in many cases doesn't get past awareness. The action part of the funnel occurs when, of course, a prospective client has decided they definitely need an attorney who specializes in a particular type of law. And what do they do at this point if they don't already have a particular attorney or law firm in mind? They go online and they do a search with either their phone, their computer, or their tablet. And when they call, be prepared to take the call. Imagine someone being pulled over for a DUI at 2:30 a.m. in the morning. They are not going to leave a voicemail for the attorney. They will call the next person that is in the list on the search engines. We're going to start with the more action-oriented purchases because these provide direct results and can have an ultimate impact on your business. Throughout the series, we will move up on the funnel. The top of the search results on Google, Yahoo, Bing, these are all paid advertising, where the advertiser pays on a cost per click basis. Some clicks can be very inexpensive. For example, your brand name, while other clicks can be quite expensive, like malpractice attorney. The number of paid results vary based on the search query or what the user typed in the search box. That's an example of a search query. And the number varies between 1 to 4 paid ads. Sometimes there aren't any ads at all, but depending on the competition and the query, you'll see anywhere between 1 to 4 paid ads at the top of the page. The local map may or may not appear. We call it the map pack. Based on the search results, if the local search query has any location-based signals, like a city or an attorney near me, those signals are most likely going to be displayed with a map pack. And some of the map pack are organic, and while some on Google may be paid ads. Below the map pack, you'll find the organic results. There isn't a fee for the clicks on these listings like there is for the paid ads. To get ranked here, an advertiser needs to have strong SEO or search engine optimization. We've all heard about curb appeal when referring to homes. Your website needs curb appeal. Let's face it, it needs to look good. It should reflect your brand, your personality. But like a house, what's inside needs to support what's outside. Make sure that you provide easy to find information on how to contact you. You'd be shocked at how many people overlook this fundamental best practice. Make sure that your website is mobile friendly. Many studies have shown that anywhere between 55 and 65% of online searches are done on mobile devices. And just because you can see your website on a mobile device does not mean that it's mobile friendly. If the user has to pinch the screen to expand the viewing, it's probably not mobile friendly. And there is an easy way to find out. Go to google.com/test/mobile friendly. You may have seen or even heard the letters UX in the past. If you haven't already and don't know what that means, it's short for user experience. And that's exactly what you need to consider when building your website. A good user experience will help visitors stay on your website, and that will help boost your search rankings. You have to have a website that the search engines can find. And when it comes to organic or natural search engines, there are 4 basic elements. The first is architecture. When the search engines crawl your website with bots, they start scanning billions of interconnected pages and documents on the internet, and then they find the relevant sites based on those searches, and they rank those results. The architecture of your website helps inform the search engines about who you are and what your site is about. It also informs the search engines if you have broken links. Those are called 404 errors, not good. If you have too many redirects, restricted content, and etc. This is the first pillar of SEO, having a strong architecture, which includes more than just the navigation and the menu, but a lot of other factors that I have not yet mentioned. Your firm's website must contain content that includes the keywords that you want to get ranked for. Here's how to do some research on keywords. Go to your homepage, do a find, and type in a common search for terms for your firm. The question is, are they on the page? The next pillar is inbound links. And these links are basically what other people are saying about you. And it's way more important about what others say about you than what you say about yourself. Links from other sites are important, and the descriptions that they use in those links are also important. Finally, we have site speed. How fast does your website load? You get 3 seconds before you start losing mobile traffic. People are impatient, and the longer it takes for your website to load, the more visitors that you will lose. And if you paid to get that visit via paid search with an expensive keyword, whether it's $15 a click or $80 a click, and they leave your website because it took too long to load, then you're just burning money. Listings management or directories. This used to be simple. You would get the yellow pages out, you would call the yellow pages and place your ad, but things are different now. In the digital age, there isn't just one yellow page. There are tens of thousands, and you want to be in the ones that are relevant to you. Here are 3 things to consider when it comes to managing your listings. And do this one thing first. Make certain that all of the mentions on your website about your law firm, including the name, address, and phone number, are not only accurate, but they're consistent. And I know this sounds basic, but having been in digital marketing for 12 years, I can't tell you how many times I've taken on a new client and found their listings to be inconsistent throughout their website. Here's a stat. Over 40% of business listings contain errors in the address. Seriously. And a staggering 85% of customers won't return to a business if there are mistakes in the listings. There are 4 major data providers and aggregators that are accessed by over 300 online listings. And these 300 online listings distribute business information throughout the internet. The data providers are Axicom, Factual, Infogroup, and Neustar Localese. And yes, the search engines use them. Next, claim your business listing on Google My Business. It's free, but you have to go to google.com/business type in your name and address, select your firm's name, and when you search for a company on the internet and you get a map that lists a few companies with their websites, their phone numbers, online reviews, photos, you are seeing the magic of Google My Business at work. It's free and it's an essential part of your listing management. And as a side note, you cannot use a PO box for a Google My Business listing. Reputation management or online reviews. Many people think that online reviews are just for plumbers or electricians or brick and mortar stores, restaurants, maybe tangible items like products, weed eaters and washing machines. But if that's what you believe, you might want to reconsider the importance of online reviews, especially as it relates to law firms. And here's why. 66% of consumers say they'd be more likely to hire an attorney with online reviews. 60% of consumers say they have considered online reviews when choosing a professional service provider, such as a lawyer or a doctor. And that number jumps to 71% for millennials. So implement these two things. Monitor what people are saying about you on the internet. The following are the most common websites where attorney online reviews can be found: LinkedIn, Avvo, Yelp, Yahoo, Google Business, lawyers.com, lawyerrating.com, martindale.com, and Google Places. And if you find a negative review, don't ignore it. Respond to it cordially, even though it might be tempting to launch into them. But don't let that emotion get in the way, because other readers and people who are reviewing or looking at your reviews are going to see your response. And the ideal thing is to get that reviewer to contact you and take the review offline, because how you respond reflects on you and your law firm. The second thing is to request reviews. This falls way, way, way outside of many attorneys' comfort zones, but ask for reviews from your clients. They'll understand the importance of reviews. They're doing the same thing in their line of work. And in the off chance that they'll be offended by your asking, well, you probably wouldn't be asking that type of client for a review in the first place. Make it easy for them. Set up a simple online review form on your website. Remember this, don't be shy about publicizing positive reviews. Social media is a great platform for this. And combine those with relevant content that you've posted. As I mentioned earlier, there are two types of search results, organic and paid. And when they work well together, there is an exponential growth in incremental traffic. Google has done over 400 studies that show when your paid and organic results are at the top of the page together, there is an incremental lift in traffic between 50 and 93% that you would not otherwise get. Again, when your organic and paid results are at the top of the listings together, there is an incremental lift between 50 to 93% of traffic that you would not otherwise get. Do a Google search and look for the sites that are listed at the top of the page, and there will be a little green box currently that says Add next to their URL and a headline and a description. That's the result of a paid search. Google's paid advertising vehicle is called AdWords, but it doesn't work like paid advertising you might be used to. It's a bidding process. You're competing with others who value certain keywords, but you only pay if someone clicks on your ad. If your keywords are estate planning attorney in Grapevine, you'll be bidding on those against others who also have those keywords selected. But here's the good news. It's not a simple matter of who's willing to spend the most money for that click. So you get to compete with the really big firms if you choose to. Google, for example, calculates the advertiser's quality score. So if somebody is willing to bid $6 for those keyword phrases, but they have a really low quality score, they could lose out to an estate planning attorney in Grapevine who's only willing to bid $2, but has a higher quality score and ad relevance. And what garners a good quality score? the relevance and quality of your keyword, your ad, and your landing page. And if you want a better return on ad spend or ROAS, and who doesn't, focus on improving your quality score, your ad copy, your landing page, so that they are all in alignment. And we'll be doing a much deeper dive on paid search later in this series. According to Attorney at Work's recent social marketing survey, 80% of attorneys use Facebook on a regular basis. 40% utilize social media advertising, and half of those use Facebook ads. Facebook ads are actual advertisements that are designed behind an objective. Are you looking to get conversions? We call that lead generation. Are you wanting video views? Are you looking to drive traffic to your website? Are you looking for engagement in your post, your page? Are you looking for likes on your page? There are many different objectives for paid social, so you'll need to decide what your objective of the campaign is going to be. Then you pick your audience. Who are you looking for? Who are the CEOs, the CIOs, the CFOs at company X, Y, and Z who have an interest in Star Wars? I know that sounds like an extreme case, but believe it or not, that level of targeting is available on Facebook. Both Facebook and LinkedIn have great B2B targeting as well. You can even choose who you do not want to see for your ads. You can upload a list of your clients, and Facebook will try and match that customer list with the users on Facebook. And then you can target your customer lists to get them to like your page or to see your content. You can get very targeted with your campaign. You could set the ad to target age, location, various types of interests and demographics and zip codes and level of education, household income. It's actually quite scary and quite effective when you really nail down who your ideal client is. And there's a whole way that you can target your campaign. Next, you want to set your budget, either a daily budget or a lifetime budget for that campaign. And Facebook is actually cheaper than AdWords, Bing, or Yahoo, even with all that micro-targeting and interest. But it's not the first place that somebody goes when they need an attorney in a hurry. And that's why Google, Bing, and Yahoo have higher cost per clicks. Make sure that you set an end date. We had a client who manages their own social media ads, and the manager forgot to set an end date for a one-day promotion. And instead of spending $100, they spent $7,000 before they caught it. Actually, they didn't catch it. They asked me if I could look into it, and that's when I found the error. No end date. And like paid search, the better your content, the better your return on ad spend. So create a compelling ad, whether it's a video, image, slideshow, carousel. There are a ton of variations of the different types of ads that you can create and where they will show up. And these are known as placements. And since Instagram is owned by Facebook, you can even target that platform. Organic social media. Think of organic social media the same way that you would think of going to a professional cocktail party and you don't know anyone in the room. You want your posts to be genuine. They should be a reflection of both you and your law firm. And if you're a cyclist, talk about it. Include it in your posts. Let them know about you, the person. We've all heard of the elevator pitch. In other words, be concise with your posts. Think about what it is that you want your audience to know about you and your firm, and be able to do it with an economy of words. Share exciting news. It's a great way to make a more human, personal connection. People who see it might think, wow, there's an attorney who seems interesting or likes the same things I do. Of course, there should be information about the fact that you're a phenomenal attorney, but it doesn't have to be strictly about your law firm or the type of law you practice. Sprinkle in nuggets about your son's school winning the championship, or your wife's or significant other's first place prize at the State Fair of Texas for the pecan pie. You never know if or when there are people at your son's school reading your posts who need an attorney with your experience and expertise. Use images or videos. Why? Well, listen to these stats. According to Adobe's Digital Index report, tweets with images earned up to 18% more clicks, 89% more favorites, and 150% more retweets. Remember the importance of links and how search engine crawlers love them? This is a great way to get them. Email campaigns. This is not the sexiest form of marketing, and primarily for two reasons. It's been around the longest, and it isn't viewed as being cutting edge, and it can be associated erroneously with spam. Thankfully, the FTC passed legislation in 2003 to address spam. It's called the CAN-SPAM Act, which is short for Controlling the Assault of Non-Solicited Pornography and Marketing. The following tips will help you get safely started if you're ready to utilize marketing that offers some of the best return on investment in the digital marketing space. First of all, be transparent. Make opting out easy. And it needs to be an option for people to opt out in order for you to be in compliance with this CAN-SPAM Act. Be truthful and include a physical address and the ability for somebody to unsubscribe online or by sending a letter to the physical address. And if it's an ad, be sure to tell them. And it's best to include how did they get on your email list. Offer information, whether it's a blog, newsletter, regular tips, or an ebook. Make sure that there's links in the email back to your website. Be concise, to the point. They should be able to scan the content in a matter of seconds. Best response emails are about 100 words. And make sure it's optimized for mobile users. Several studies have found that anywhere between 50 and 70% of emails are opened on mobile devices. I'd like to thank you for joining the first installment in the Legalese First Fridays web series on making online marketing easy for lawyers. You can see the schedule for the next installments in the series at onlineperformancemarketing.com along with the sign-up info. The next webinar is Friday, January 5th, 2018, 11:30 a.m. Central Time, where we'll do a deep dive on website design for lawyers. We will build on your online marketing plan, and that first step is constructing or reconstructing your website.